Wow, Sam, man. We in the building. First episode, bro. How you feeling today, man?
What a feeling to be winning. Yeah. Oh, what a wonderful feeling to be winning, man. We told y'all.
Yeah.
We told y'all we had something special for y'all. We heard the people. We listened to the supporters. Hey, man, y'all got to upgrade your angles. Hey, man, you got to upgrade your set. We tired of seeing the Messianic shit in the back. All this, everything we heard. We was like, okay, you know what? We know clowns what we saying, but we know constructive criticism what we saying. We got to set the bar. We set the bar when it comes to our commentary. We set the bar when it comes to our content. It's time to set the bar and take over. Yeah. I'm very excited, man. Very humbled to be doing this with you. Yeah, you guys see the wall, man. This is a small glimpse. We got things all around this joint.
Yes, sir.
We'll be showing you. Man, I'm speechless, bro. But how do you feel, man?
Awesome, man. And this to let people know, this is not the end all be all. This is really our test run. We got some better, more improved angles that we're going to be working with today. We just wanted to, get our equipment moved in today and get started here on a new set, because we have to actually travel about 35 minutes or so out of our way to the other set. So this is way closer to home for us, man. But we back in, too much is given, too much is received, much is given. So, we out here, we ready, to show what we can do out here, bringing people. It'd be a lot of people sitting here for interviews very, very soon. Some of your favorite artists, politicians, local business people. So that's all we doing, man. We moving forward, and we're going to keep pushing. Definitely, SamAnt.
Love it, man. Love what we do. Y'all hit that like button. For the people that are listening on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play, if y'all ain't watching on YouTube, you better start either on Viral Hip Hop News Uncensored, the Uncensored Podcast, LLC official channel. You can watch us on any of those three platforms. Like Ogai said, we plan on getting major people in the building. If you're somebody who watches and appreciates the podcast, and you got something to say, if you in the game, if you like somebody on the wall, if you're a part of somebody on the wall, because we got both dead and alive legends on the wall right here, holla at us. Come in the building.
Yeah.
We'd love to sit down and talk with y'all, man.
Definitely. But yeah, I'm going to jump to the lineup today, SamAnt. As we know, the Super Bowl went down yesterday, and the Kansas City Chiefs got it done yesterday. But there were some things that went on outside of the Super Bowl. We were all watching Jayz, a few months after him pretty much taking over the halftime show. We got a chance to see what went down there. We'll talk about that, what happened yesterday. And also him and Beyonce and their daughter not standing for the national anthem. We'll be getting to that. Also, we're playing a clip from the Joe Budden podcast. He's catching a lot of heat right now for pretty much defending Diddy, for a lot of people are saying jipping or beating or stealing Mace's publishing. We're going
to pause
into that. Yeah, definitely. We're going to definitely get into, that backstory and give our opinion on that. Also, SamAnt is going to be making a public apology today for Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne is moving to the top of the charts right now with his new album, The Funeral. SamAnt said he fell off. SamAnt said he don't think that Wayne had the passion no more. We're going to get into that, as well as a few other topics at the end of the show. Episode 307 of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast is about to kick off.
We can get loud. We can get crazy. We can do a motherfucking thing. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, God, let's start with the Super Bowl, man, because we were in here finishing up the final touches, finishing touches. Shout out to Angel, Foulmouth Angel.
Yes, sir.
You can find him on YouTube, Foulmouth Angel TV. Go follow him now. The link will be in the description box. But yeah, man, we watched the game. You picked San Francisco in a close one. I picked KC in a close one. And it looked like for 3.5 quarters, Frisco was going to pull it out, man. That defense was playing ferocious. They had Mahomes on his heels. He was frustrated, threw 2 picks, one late in the fourth quarter. Didn't look good. And then they gave him some air, and he went and put the cheat code in and took over. What do you think about the game, man? Give me some of your thoughts. Give me some of your reaction. Who do you blame?
Right.
Give me some thoughts, man.
I mean, hats off to the Chiefs. Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, Sammy Watkins. Those guys, came out and they showed up to play. But ultimately, man, I thought, and I was starting to feel bad. I'm like, man, Andy Reid's a choker. They was down, I think, 20-10 in the fourth. And I'm like, yo, this game is pretty much over. And next thing you know, the San Francisco 49ers, your boy, Shanahan, he some questionable calls. A lot of people thought they should have continued to pound the rock. Jimmy Garoppolo is just not that guy. I mean, if I would move on from him, if you can't make those passes in that type of game, you don't deserve to be in there. And you got guys like Kobe, Michael, Randy Moss,
Tom
Brady, you know, these Drew Brees, people that make these plays in big moments. I think that separates them there. I mean, I might be going a little bit crazy with that, but you got to make that throw at the end of the game. You have a chance to pretty much, you know, proverbially cut their throats and knock them out of the game, and you missed that pass. So, you know, San Francisco just didn't have what it takes. You know, it's been they've been underdogs all year, but Kansas City just had a little bit more willpower. They wanted it more. And they took the Super Bowl. Shout out to them guys.
Yeah, I feel bad for the defense of the 49ers today. They played their hearts out. They did everything you're supposed to do against Patrick Mahomes, and it didn't work out because of some questionable play calling and some questionable quarterback play. Garoppolo was somebody that everyone was like, okay, we'll see. Right. And your team got you to the Super Bowl. You threw 8 passes in the NFC title game, I think 13 in the divisional round. You've had a total of less than 30 passes in the entire playoffs going into the Super Bowl. And the one time they needed you, you didn't make the play. You didn't make the pass. Now, if we can give Cam Newton criticism for not jumping on that ball a couple years back with the Denver Broncos, giving that team the Super Bowl title and losing in Carolina, I'm going to give the same amount of energy to a Garoppolo who missed a wide open receiver.
Streaking.
He had a step. This is what you want. You're down by 4. You got a minute left. Who knows if KC would have came back, because that offense was premier. You already know what they were doing, and San Francisco was tired at that point. It was nothing else they were going to do. Might have been a shootout the last minute, but you got to make that pass. Shanahan family, I'm looking at both cameras. What are you doing on 2nd and 5 with 5 minutes left in the game after KC just scores a touchdown and all the momentum, Kelsey running off the field going crazy? Do you not run the ball? 6 yards per carry in the game so far, and you don't run the ball on 2nd and 5. What do you think about that, though?
I just think it's like that. Some of those calls that happened, man. I think back when Seattle was in the Super Bowl and everybody thought they should have gave the ball to beast mode, Marshawn Lynch, and now they passed it. I think what happens is, man, Andy Reid does this a lot. You try to do what people think you're not going to do. Like, most likely they're going to do this. Let's try to catch them doing this. But when it backfires, you don't look so good. So I just think that's what, you know, happened in that situation. I'm sure probably if he looks back at it, he would have probably ran the ball. They were doing it so well in the Super Bowl. But it's one of those, it's a shame because now, I mean, a team like San Francisco, they're not as well equipped to get back to the big dance like a team like Kansas City. You look at it now, I mean, the Eagles, man, I think
this nigga, why the fuck did he bring up the Eagles right now?
This nigga, to be the team that's going to represent the NFC next year. And I'd be nice to Eagles and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. We should have been there this year, but a lot of injuries.
There goes old guy trying to find a way to bring his bum ass birds. Now, listen, San Francisco has less likely of a chance to making it to KC strictly off of competition. You look at the teams in the NFC, the teams that are there right now, which are one of them being the Eagles. Absolutely. But Carson Wentz going to have to prove something this year because the lights are on, bro. You're going to have all your weapons. Everything should be straight for you. Yeah. We'll see what you can do. But you'll have some other teams within the division on the rise. You'll have some other teams within the conference on the rise. I think that the teams that we may have seen on top this year, a couple may fall off. Frisco may be one of them. You got a great division in the West with Seattle, the Rams, and the Cardinals. They on the up and rise. You got a New Orleans team with Drew Brees getting old. You don't know what the situation with that is. So I see them kind of going on decline. A harder road than it is in the AFC. I mean, the AFC got some juggernauts, but going into KC with that momentum now with Holmes, youngest quarterback to win the Super Bowl, with that momentum, he's going to be dangerous.
Yeah. Very, very well. You know, put a shout out to Andy. Finally got that ring for the first time. And, you know, it's going to be interesting. Y'all can't wait now. Combine things are coming up in a couple of weeks here. The draft, free agency. So, you know. Just in time for our new sports podcast that we'll have over in Studio B. Talk to him. In SMS Studios real quick. It feels good, man. We do 10, 15 minutes of sports in the beginning of the podcast for the people that enjoy the sports. I know the people who don't, y'all like, damn, how the fuck y'all doing this? But listen, it's about to be over on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast because we're going to go over to the new sports podcast. We don't have a name yet, but the set is being constructed. Absolutely. And we finna fuck the game up. Very, very excited, man. You win some, you lose some. But you live. Fight another day, live baby. To fight another day. That's what I'm talking about, man. Woo, shout out to my man, Foul Mouth Angel on Instagram. If you like any of the artwork, and you want some of the artwork, type in Foul Mouth Angel, hit him up, man. He could definitely make something work for you. Yeah, man. He just started a YouTube channel where he'll be doing stuff in his building as well. He's a tattoo artist, Namaste Collective. The brother is bad. Y'all go check out his YouTube site if you're enjoying the artwork, what you're seeing right now.
There's so much more around the building. We're paying homage to our hoods, paying homage to our city.
Absolutely.
We got an old subway train looking thing behind old God that you can't see right now on SMS Boulevard, that when you come in here for an interview, you sign the board, become part of the legendary story, man. It's crazy.
This joint looks good, man.
It
looks good in here. I ain't gonna lie.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you speaking of looking good, man. Demi Lovato, you know, she was singing the national anthem yesterday, and I have to say, you know, very great singer, and she looks good. I'm, you know, definitely attractive woman, but I didn't know she could sing that well. But while she was singing SamAnt yesterday, somebody took a visual of Jayz, Beyonce, and their daughter Blue Ivy, and they were sitting down. I'm going to play this little excerpt of this, and we'll talk about this. So somebody got that angle. Jayz, once again, his wife Beyonce, and his daughter Blue Ivy sitting down during a national anthem. Now, a lot of people obviously are disgusted, totally disgusted with this. A couple of you know, news people and whatnot are speaking out. You know, I forget that lady's name, but she's speaking out. People are putting articles out. People saying, Jayz, this is very disrespectful that you will not stand for your country's national anthem. SamAnt, your thoughts on this?
What happened to the halftime show where he was supposed to be going to change the social?
They went there on him.
I'm sorry. Listen,
not go there though.
It's like, that's cool. You were just on Colin Kaepernick when you said the kneeling is done. We're over kneeling. We're past kneeling. We have to do more. We listened. This was in the beginning of the season when we found out you were on board with the NFL, and a lot of questions were being raised in regards to even Colin Kaepernick, his what's the word I'm looking for?
Protest?
His protest against the NFL for police brutality and injustices within our cities and our communities, in particular the Black and brown people. You told him kneeling was over, yet you sit, and I'm not mad at y'all for sitting.
Right.
Great gesture. But are we going to follow this up with a statement? Are we going to follow this up with some action? Or are we just going to play good for the cameras for a little bit? The cameras are starting to fuck me up a little bit.
You ain't see the commercial though that he had, that Jay put up there?
In the third quarter? Right after I saw the 15 minutes of them telling us we will appreciate our flag, we will love our flag. I think they had, I forgot who they had narrating the joint, but they really put on the show to let us know. I seen the message very clear as a Black man sitting in my home on that day, that you will not disrespect our flag. We will crack the whip on you if you disrespect our flag.
I get it though, SamAnt, because for some people, that flag, I mean, we even had people, you know, our grandfather up on the wall,
God rest his soul,
there, yes, was a Marine. You know, he fought for his country, was proud to put a American flag over his casket. And you got endless people that have fought for this country and lived for the principles it's supposed to be, you know, laid upon this country. And some people take it, I think, as an insult when people don't stand and salute the fact that this is what this country was built on. But there's also a group of people in this country who have been in this country who have had, I should say, real indifferent treatment, different type of treatment. And they have a right, I think, in my opinion, to, you know, protest that, you know, if you were put somewhere or you were somewhere and it's not right for you, you're dealing with discrimination and racism and things are not on an even playing field as it would be just because of your color of your skin, you have the right, in my opinion, to protest that. Now, as far as Jayz, I mean, you said you watched with Secure and J-Lo. He was supposed to be taking over the halftime show. They had that one commercial. I guess you can kind of clap it up for that, but
with
yeah,
Anquan Bolton.
Right, right. But I think they also, and I found the article, he got the police union to pledge about 100, or the NFL, the police union to pledge about 100 million, you know, to his cause or something like that. So he's doing a little bit. Obviously, I don't want to, you know, come down too hard on Jay right now.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's one of those things where it's early. It's very early in the situation. But as far as them not standing for the flag, I mean, I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect them to.
I saw this early last night. Obviously, you've seen the same exact thing. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, it's a slow night. I would love to get people some news. This will be a great story to talk about. But as I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to feel. I don't even know if I care enough to give to people a decent amount of commentary to this. And then as I thought and I sat back and gave it a day, I was like, all right, this would be a perfect thing to do on a podcast. It's like, what do you... Do you think that Jay-Z deserves to give a statement behind this, or is it just cool, just him sitting down and having people talk about it? And is he going to sit down at the boxing event when Deontay Wilder and Fury fight? Is he going to sit at that Anthem? Is this something that he's going to make a trend? Is he going to speak on it? What is his protest now? Because like you said, a lot of people are upset. You got your people that really care. You got your people that really don't. And we know that Jay-Z walks in that fine line between both of those people. Both of those groups of people being on the corporate line and being on the line for Marcy Projects, more so on the corporate line in 2020 than Marcy. But do you think that he is eventually, if this continues to go further, are we going to understand and know what exactly Jay-Z and his family is protesting? Is it the same cause as Colin Kaepernick? If so, what's next?
I mean, I wish I knew. Yeah. So the answers to that question with Jay, I think Jay, first of all, I don't think he would address it. He maybe on a song or something like that, but as much as I want to go in, I want to give him time because I've listened to his message for countless years now. And even though I don't agree with every single one of the things that he got his hands in, I can see his message being consistent with one that's going to protest. I mean, we see him with Yo Gotti trying to, go into the prisons to do stuff. You see, him using his platform now, moving away from music, but now taking it, to the political arena, putting money, getting billionaires and people behind that cause. That's why it's hard for me to really say, oh, Jay-Z he got in bed with him, this, that, and the third. Yeah. I want to give it time to play out. Now, when that time comes, though, I don't have no problem with, giving him some body work. Jay-Z and saying, no, dog, you did this wrong. You sold the people out. But I think it's too early right now, to do that. I see him trying to do something, and it's not easy. I mean, you look at people, a lot of people died, got killed, assassinated for trying to, move issues forward for a particular group of people. So we shall see. It's a whole different thing now. None of these guys had the money that Jay-Z had, the power or influence. I ain't gonna say influence, but at least the money. We'll stick there that Jay-Z has right now. And so we're going to see. It's going to be interesting in the next few years to see how this goes down.
Oh, God, I have to agree with you. I think that Jay-Z's intent, I'm not going to sit back and give criticism or sit back and totally dismiss him for moves that I may question out of a million moves that I think are great. I'm not going to do that. And I don't mind the criticism even in doing that. I think that Jay-Z right now is putting himself in a position, obviously, with a lot of power financially, to do some change. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt to sit back and let it play out, because as we know, even to get to this point, to get to this set, to get to this building, it took just a belief and a thought. And then that thought had to evolve and mature into something greater, no different than a plan. And the plan like we need out here, the type of change that we need out here is going to involve time. So I'm going to give Jay-Z that time to sit back and really see how the pieces fall out before I totally denounce him. I'm not denouncing him. I got faith in Jay-Z that he's going to be doing the right thing.
Yeah, I'm going to read about the Players Coalition. That's what I was talking about before, just to give a little bit of clarification to one of the things that he has his hand in. It said the Players Coalition was formed at the height of the national anthem protest last year. Negotiations between the league and players resulted in the NFL's promise to donate $100 million to charities and organizations that support law enforcement relationships with communities, criminal justice reform, and education reform. Among some of the things, they're going to be launching some grants in the African American community. They're going to be dealing with economics, trying to build that up with the education, economics, things like that. So that I think that's huge. Also, Eric Reed, Malcolm Jenkins, as well as some other NFL players are behind this, as well. So it's something. it's not the end all be all, but I think that if the NFL, the NBA, and all these different big companies are getting people from the inner cities that are helping them, build up their wealth, I think the fair thing to do is to give back to see that infrastructure that you're, siphoning and sucking all the money and getting rich off of, that you give back to that infrastructure, whatever that may be.
Oh God, Colin Kaepernick has something to say to watching the Carter family sit. He had a question, him and his I don't know if his wife or his fiance. Mm-hmm. They had the tag of TMZ, obviously the headline saying that the Carter family sat down. Then they asked, but I thought they were past kneeling up. Woo! Does Colin Kaepernick deserve to throw criticism toward Jay-Z for that? What do you think?
It's confusing because I thought they was on the same page.
I thought it was for the same cause.
Me too.
I don't understand what was the issue. They need to sit down and talk.
I think where the criticism comes from with people with Jay-Z. They're saying that Jay-Z may have had his own agenda. I'm not saying it's true, but they're saying that he may have had his own agenda on because why he's dealing with the NFL, because a year ago, now 2 years, he was asked to perform. He told people he ain't want to do it. He stood on principle. He also influenced other people not to do it. To the next year now, all right, we buddy now. It's questionable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that's shocking to see that Colin Kaepernick, people or him directly, has questions about why he just sat down. Because maybe evidently Colin Kaepernick may be saying it like, what else is going on besides you just sitting out for the national anthem?
I think it's very important to see these two brothers on common ground. So however they got to come and meet, and it don't got to be on camera or nothing for the show, but for them to come to common ground and move forward, whether that be in Kaepernick ever again playing in the NFL. He's getting up there in age. I don't know how long he's going to even pursue it, how long he would want to. He's doing far greater things. Yesterday as the Super Bowl was going on, I think he was out donating his time, doing some, I think donating to the homeless and things like that. So he's doing stuff out here far more greater than football. I don't know why he would want to continue to do that, but him and Jay-Z need to get together.
So are you saying though that Colin Kaepernick may be a little bit more serious than Jay-Z about his cause? Because you said that when the Super Bowl was going on, he was doing some more important stuff, but obviously Jay-Z was at the Super Bowl just sitting.
Well, I mean, no, because I don't know. I mean, what people do with their time is what people do. Jay-Z's invested in the Super Bowl because he's invested in the NFL right now. So it makes sense for him to be there. And once he leaves there, I don't know what he's doing. Was he's there before? I don't know what he's doing. But I'm going to give credit where credit's due to Colin Kaepernick and sit back and confirm what I've been saying since I heard that he was trying to get back in the NFL. You don't need the NFL.
Is that a shot at Jay-Z though?
No.
This is not a shot at Jay-Z?
What, me? What I'm saying?
No, him, Colin Kaepernick.
Hell yeah, it's a shot. That's what I'm asking. Does he deserve to throw that shot?
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's what I was getting to.
It's like when you look at the emoji here, it says, I thought we were past kneeling with the little, So it's like,
hey man, wifey, they throwing shots.
Right. So it's just like, it also goes to show you that when Jay-Z initially came out, that Colin kind of took it as like funny. Because when he first said that, with past kneeling, that was kind of a shot at Colin. Mm-hmm. So now Colin's now saying, all right, I thought we was past that. Mm-hmm. We will see. We're going to see. I think Jay-Z it's a situation where Jay is going to be either one of the biggest saviors or one of the biggest sellouts. And it's going to be clear within the next few years. It's up in the air. Some people will call him, he's cool. Some people will say, oh, no, he's been sold out. It remains to be seen.
Well, we'll be right here to talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Because we got at least for a couple years in this motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but again, as far as the halftime show, though, what would you give it, though? The Super Bowl, the commercials, the halftime show, from an F to an A. Jay-Z's first year with the NFL, him and being in bed with them. What would you give him right now?
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
In the NFL?
Working with the NFL since he announced his coalition.
A D?
Whoa!
A D with the NFL. A D. What has he done? What did he do? He sat on at the Super Bowl. Outside of that, what has he done?
He made a headline.
Yeah. I ain't mad at him. The halftime show, I tweeted yesterday, I see Jay-Z's vision clear with the halftime show. How about y'all? And a lot of people's like, yeah, it's dope. I'm like, well, they missed the boat on that when I was being sarcastic as shit because I have no idea what Shakira and J-Lo, even though it was a great show, it was a great dancing and great live music, wasn't singing because they weren't singing. They were lip syncing. It's cool though. It's cool.
Do you think it sends a mixed message though? Because I'm sitting here while you're talking. I'm like, all right, Jay-Z, he declines to do, he don't want to do the Super Bowl halftime show, but you show up to the game with your family. Did that send a mixed signal to you, SamAnt?
He's on the executive side. He's sitting there trying to be an owner. Like all the other owners are sitting up in there eating French fries and popcorn. Jay-Z was sitting there trying to fit in that seat. Now, I don't know if he'll ever be included in the boys club, millionaires boys club, billionaire boys club, who knows? But he's trying to get in there and put his name in there to do what? We shall see. First year, D. I'll say first marking period.
I'm going to go, I'll give him a C.
Oh, based off what? Based off what?
Because, you know, the commercial was huge.
It was a good commercial. Who knows Jay-Z had anything to do with it? Anquan Bolden was out there working, but I don't know.
Jake is Eric Reed. Nah, man, I just think that it's early to see, you know, but, you know, I don't know. I'll stick with the C minus. I'll stick with that.
I'll let the commenters get you.
Oh, man. Get me. And share this video.
Please do.
And like it. Appreciate
double
that,
time.
Man. Yes, sir. But you tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother, Oh God, and SamAnt sitting over there across the table from me, man. We on a new set today. We are truly excited because you guys made it possible by engaging the content, liking the content, commenting and sharing the content. Please continue to do so.